Well, here's the short version of my life. It ties into my answer.
Okay.
I was an ex-Satanist for 5 years. I was a Satanist for 5 years, and then got into that. Then got into paganism. Was into that for a couple years. And then I kind of did the Christian thing for a little while.
Okay.
And then I just decided to walk away from it. And for a while, I didn't believe in anything. And then I just started thinking on my ancestors and my granddaddy, and then it just came into my head. Now I'm recruiting and talking to other members, other people of like minds from as far away as Russia to Iceland to Romania, and we're trying to start a movement.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty old I mean, you're kind of late to the party, aren't you? I mean, there's a lot of neo-Nazis in the world.
We're trying to resurrect the movement.
Okay. And what are you hoping to accomplish?
A country where it's just whites allowed.
Okay, but what are you going to do with your hate? You're going to end up hating your own people.
We have a solution to that as well.
Okay, what's that?
Nuke Jerusalem. Nuke Jerusalem.
Nuke Jerusalem.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like literally nuke Jerusalem?
Yeah, literally. A-bomb, the whole shebang.
Okay, and then what would happen?
Wouldn't have to deal with them anymore.
Okay, but then you'd only have to deal with yourselves, and you're all full of hate. You think that hate's going to go away?
We just direct it somewhere else. It's what people have done since the beginning of time. Just look at Cain.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you remember what God said to Cain, right?
Yeah, he gave him the whole spiel of where's your brother? You're supposed to take care of him. His blood's crying out for me from the dirt, or something like that. I don't remember how the verse goes exactly.
Uh-huh.
Something along those lines. His blood's calling up for vengeance, or something like that. And God puts this mark on Cain, where if anybody kills him, they die, or something.
Yeah, God protected Cain. And I think it's actually a very good story because it's applicable to your grandfather. Because your grandfather was Cain, and he killed a bunch of people. But God's heart towards your grandfather was that he not be killed. They shouldn't have killed your grandfather. Although what your grandfather did was extremely cowardly and terrible.
They didn't. They just tortured him.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done that either.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're 24, and you're looking down the barrel of another 24 years of just pure hatred and misery. And what you want to do is assemble a bunch of other people who share your same misery.
That's how things are done. That's how things get done.
Well, there's another path, my man. You got a lot of bitterness, and I think I'm not sure that I buy completely that the only reason you're so hateful is because of your grandfather. A lot of times people have hurts in their lives and they convert it to anger because anger is a more powerful emotion than hurt. And
okay, then I'll open up.
Okay.
You're right about a little bit of that. A lot of the anger stems from being molested by my stepdad when I was 3 years old.
I'm sorry you went through that.
Yeah. Is this Sori?
Both of us are here.
Oh, okay. I only heard one. And then being beaten in school repeatedly every day, and I honestly don't know why I'm even on the phone right now, considering where originally Vin is from.
Well, I'm from
back in the day, before your family moved over here. I mean, Africa.
Uh-huh.
I'm a little bit skeptical of why I'm even on the phone talking to you right now, since with part of that.
That's a good question, because you're not supposed to even want to talk to me.
Yeah, true, but I'm not a member of the KKK.
Yeah, the thing is that you're in the image of God, and so am I. And so
Alright.
at that level, we can relate. And, you know, I'm really sorry that that happened to you, my man. And,
Actually, I don't think we can relate on the both of us being in the image of God, because I don't believe that. I believe some people were born in the image of God, created in the image of God, and some people were purposely, from the beginning, from design, first part of the design, where some were created in the image of God, and some were created in the image of Lucifer, Baal, whatever you want to call them.
what do you think you were made in?
The latter.
That's not true.
Then why was I born with what's the word? A very sadistic mindset. Like, I joke about stringing people up on crucifixes and then individually cutting off their toes and watching the blood just gush out.
Because you're hurt. You've been abused since a very, very young age. Since you came into self-awareness, you've undergone abuse and dehumanization. So what do you expect from yourself?
Change it?
Well, you don't have the power to change it. And I would say...
I disagree.
Well, I mean, look, I would say that I'm assuming you haven't murdered any human beings.
Nope.
I'm assuming you haven't raped anyone.
Nope.
I'm assuming you haven't molested any children.
Oh, hell no. I'd kill myself if that happened.
Okay. Well, then you can't be in the image of Satan then. Because a terrible thing happened to you and you're not using that as an excuse to do that to someone else. That's the image of God to me.
Okay.
So, you still have a lot of beauty about you, my man. In spite of some very ugly things that happened to you. So, yeah, I don't
Now,
think...
I wonder if you would say that when you hear what my end game is.
What's your...
For getting all the people together.
Okay, what's your end game?
Do the same thing, but this time succeed.
Here's the thing. I think if a genie gave you... Because that's just delusional. You're not going to succeed at all. But I think if a genie...
Hitler nearly did.
Hitler actually took part in World War I and actually saw combat. By the time,
I know that.
By the time he was a hardened warrior by the time he was your age. You're not that guy. Look.
No.
You're not. And you're not going to do any of that.
I know.
And look, I don't believe that if you had the opportunity to kill all these people that you say you would, that you would. Where's your stepfather?
Harry Sound, he's up visiting my adopted grandparents.
All right. So, look, you haven't killed anyone, you haven't raped anyone, you haven't hurt any children because you're still in the image of God. You're still a human being despite the attempts of other people to dehumanize you. And I think you've got to figure out a way where you're going to place that pain. I promise you, if you were to kill everybody that you want to project your pain onto, you would still be left with the pain that you're in. I promise you. That fixes nothing. It solves nothing. I think that I disagree with you. I don't think that you have the power to help yourself or fix yourself. I've had a few more spins around the sun than you have. Trust me, you don't have that in you. None of us do. I think that, you know, your relationship with God was mostly funneled through your parents or your dad or whoever, and I don't think you've ever really looked at it for yourself as an individual. And I would just encourage you to do that.
Okay.
That's the only way out. We'll talk.
Don't really know what to.
Huh?
Don't really know what to say to that.
You don't need to say anything, my man. That's between you and him, right? Our email is vinandsori@gmail.com. I'd like to talk to you some more. We got other people that want to talk. I mean, I'd love for you to chill in the chat. By the way, anybody in the chat, we're not going to tolerate any negative things about this guy. at all. So, anybody says anything negative about him, you're going to be out immediately. So hang out in the chat, my man. Vin and Sori at gmail.com. Email us if you want to continue the conversation. I love you, man. I'd lay down my life for you. I would. And things are going to get better for you. Have a good one.
Lay down your life for somebody who wants you dead?
Would I lay down my life? Absolutely, I would. Absolutely, I would. For sure.
That's an odd thing to say, but okay.
That's the Jesus I follow. So, and you too, inshallah.
Okay. I'll head back to the video.
All right, man. Much love.
Bye.
Bye.
That was a good one.
All right. What's up, guys? Greetings from Guatemala. Ugh.
Somebody else calling. This is even more epic than usual Nightwish Live.
That was Ora Pro Nobis, wasn't it, Michael? What's up, Leah? Because he's my friend, Priority. And in the village, we take care of people who are hurt. And we see past the things that they say. No, it just died. I don't know what happened. The chat just died, and thank God, Sori was able to get it working again. Greetings from Romania. What do you guys do outside of YouTube? I play Madden with Dory, my son. I destroy him, although he's getting a lot better. For sure.
Wait. Hello? I don't know if I accepted something. Why is that?
She is. Sori's tech skills are insane.
What are you talking about? They're getting better. They're not
They
insane.
are. Compared to some other people? Absolutely.
Oh, babe, you're just being nice. What is this line? Does that mean we're on a call with this person?
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe we're on one with the guy.
No, it means they're typing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so if anybody else, there was other people. That
Vin, have you ever played Doom? Yeah, I played Doom when I was a kid. For sure. Respect to you too, Kai. Hey, Lass, how do I pronounce your name? Is it like Lassie? No, I've never played the 2016 version. What do you think about Lord Shiva? Are you talking about like Shiva, the goddess of destruction, Shiva? Skull. I'm a free agent, SDF. Miss Sugar. Speaking of which, we didn't. Oh, okay, we got an hour. You okay?
Yeah, that was a good call. You did good. You did really good.
It was brave of him to call in. Mm-hmm. Who is that? Is that Scissor? Is that you?
Okay, Peter's saying he wants to talk.
Okay. Scissor, where you at? I'm good, Tasco.
There's a few people here. I'm waiting to see what they're saying they want to talk about.
Thank you, Adam. It's an honor.
And I don't know which one Scissor is because people's names are different here.
Plorex, that's a really, really good idea. We did that with Nightwish. So probably. Slaves shall serve from Behemoth.
Scissor, dude, you have more important calls than arguing about some Bible bullshit.
Well, we gotta add some variety to the show.
Of course, yeah.
Chatting about whatever.
So message us and tell us what you want to chat about. Go to the Skype thing.
I don't know how I feel about that, Kid Trell.
Where, what?
He goes, you guys got me
Into Behemoth.
Into Behemoth.
Oh, we're going to hell.
I don't really know how I feel about that. Shout out to the big homie James Hetfield. For sure. Politics. How did we meet? We met in a Bible story.
A Bible study.
We met in a Bible study.
I was actually teaching it, and he came to it.
So this man got his whole left side cut off yesterday. Don't worry, he's all right now. Witchman, Mikhail, and thank you for the 50 skull.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That he keeps doing that, actually. It's not the first one he's done in this actual chat.
Take a cold shower, Loom.
Shout out to Ma'am, Pony says. Did you watch The Shawshank Redemption?
I appreciate that, Roberta. Greetings from Norway, Skull. Don't worry about it, Samsara. As long as you're here, that's enough donation for us.
Oh, an eclectic? To be honest, I'm an eclectic.
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 Probably
What's
meant
that?
some of everything.
Oh, that's how he spelt it. I read it wrong. I believe and follow all religious views, but I walked away from Christianity in the sense of organized religion. So that's one person that would talk.
Thank you so much, Leah. 45,000. That's mind blowing. We just celebrated 40,000 last month. So I think it's pretty crazy.
Okay, here's this. This is Peter. That's what he wants to talk about. And then there's this guy, the one that's the.
Well, call in.
Okay.
Jeremy Gregory, what's up, Jerm?
Well, whoever the call first on the Skype, just start calling in and I'll answer.
Greetings from Mexico.
I'm watching you from work. LOL. I hope I don't get fired.
What is wrong with people? Y'all are like the Jeffersons.
Okay, here we go. Hello? Hold on.
When are you going to admit that Ghost Love Score needed to be a 10? You are terrible.
Honey, how do I... Whoops.
Well, there's somebody else calling. There's two people calling at the same time.
I don't know.
Who am I talking to?
I think you're talking to Peter.
Peter from Vienna. Hi, Vin.
Hey, Peter, my guy. What's up, big guy?
You did a great job in the past few days on channel.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
It's very strange. There's such a delay here that on the screen it's like about 30 seconds delay. So
yeah, you're just gonna have to ignore the screen. It's the same thing with us.
yeah. So for one thing, I wanted to state that I'm from Austria, Vienna. So everybody knows that's where Hitler was born, and I feel obligated to state, well, fuck Hitler, okay? Fuck the dude. There's no second opinion about that, and it's kind of, yeah. I need to state that after the talk you had with the other guy, so that's out for sure.
Okay. It is on record for perpetuity, my brother. You don't like Hitler.
Everybody likes Peter's accent.
Like so,
Everybody loves your accent, though.
So the other thing, Win, I stated it in the comments quite a few times already, You stated once that you don't think any nation, any modern nation, any democracy would be possible without a foundation of what religion gave to the people, the Bible and stuff. You remember?
I don't remember, but sure, let's go with it.
Yeah, and I commented on that long before the Old Testament, long before the Bible, there were the old Greeks, as I'm sure you know. And what do you think about that? Because one of the greatest philosophers, still to this day, came from that era. You know, Aristotle, Plato, and so on. And
You're not
no,
saying that Plato predated Moses, are you?
No, I'm not. But
Okay.
They created the first sort of democracy, and there was no Old Testament, and it wasn't based on religion, certainly. And so I'm very interested on your point of view on that.
Well, there was an Old Testament long before Plato and Aristotle showed up.
Sure, because I thought the Old Testament is what, 300, 400 years before Christ?
No.
How old is it actually?
The OT was almost 1,000 years before Christ.
Then you're right. Then it predates.
Like for example, the book of Isaiah was 600 years before Christ.
Well, that's about the old Greeks then, because they were 500 and 550 BC.
And Isaiah is a pretty late book in the Old Testament. But the date of the Old is not relevant, and I'll tell you why. Because the Greeks had no familiarity with the Old Testament, so they were not influenced by that at all.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you if they knew about the Old Testament at all. So
I don't.
It's not relevant.
Yeah, it's not relevant because they had no knowledge of the Old Testament.
So that's the interesting point. What's your thought about that?
Well, which Greek empire are you talking about that functioned like a democracy?
The one with I don't know the translation for it. Unfortunately, there was a crisis in the state, and they reformed it and gave more power to the people. There's a special name for it.
Are you talking about Alexander?
Sorry.
Are you referring
What do
to?
you say?
Are you referring to Alexander and the Seleucid empires?
No, definitely not.
Okay, then who are you talking about?
Let me have a look, so I can find a translation because we're getting lost in there.
And when you say democracy, you're not saying like democracy like in the modern times, like what we have.
No. It was the first raw draft of democracy, if you will.
I think it was Jefferson that said that our republic can only be sustained by a religious people or something like that. Because if you have a society that's basically built on majority rule, which is essentially what democracy comes down to, and there is no moral unifying point, then it's going to descend into might makes right. That's the idea.
So you think philosophy on its own is not enough to replace that? As a foundation for a nation.
Well, which philosophy? Like, what philosophy are you talking about?
Yeah, well, basically, in general, each and every one. It's kind of about the principle of it.
Well, I mean, there's no unifying. Yeah, there's no unifying idea of philosophy. I mean, it's not like there's like look, there's Islamic philosophy, which I would assume that you wouldn't subscribe to. There's secular humanist philosophy, which Western secular humanism is just simply a watered down version of Christianity without Jesus and God. I mean, really. So, like, what are you talking about?
Well, if you read Schopenhauer, if you read, let's stick to him, yes?
Okay.
So he has a basic message. And if you get familiar with it and you follow it, and you would even found a nation on his thoughts and his belief, what life is about and what the goal in it is. Isn't that enough to get a society working?
Well,
Does it has to be a religious foundation? Can't it be the philosophy of a single mind?
Okay.
I mean, if you look at Buddhism or something else, isn't that exactly that? Is that much different?
Well, that's the question I was just about to ask you. I don't really see the difference between saying we've got this one guy, he's got a guiding philosophy. I'm assuming he's written down that philosophy, so then that book would become the guiding principle of the entire nation. How is that different than a religion?
Because there is no God involved. That's the big difference. It's just a human being
thinking
about half his lifespan, about life and things.
Okay.
Putting out a book and say, okay, that's the best I came up with.
Okay, so he's a human being just like me and you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so why should I follow him?
Why not? Isn't it enough?
No.
I mean, you're following your parents or your father or your grandfather if he gives you good advice because he's older. He's seen shit. He's been through something. So
who's to say what good advice is? I mean, sure, older people have seen more shit than us, but older people also have a hard time adjusting to the evolution of a culture. So there are.
First, you can trust your guts. That's one thing, and the other thing is you can give it a try, a test, basically. And then there's the maturity of people.
How do you get everybody to march in the same? Peter, how do you get everybody to march in the same direction as this philosopher?
Well, if an idea is good, it gets traction, you know?
Who determines that the idea is good?
I guess that's a complicated question and quite tricky to answer, because if the marketing is good enough, basically any idea could look good. You know what I mean?
I agree. We just had a caller. We just had a caller that had a philosophical position that he thought was good that most of us disagreed with, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, so but your guy is just a regular dude, just like me and you.
You're absolutely true, but wasn't it Buddha at some time and all the other people? I mean, you don't have to claim to be the son of God to have a good idea that humankind can participate.
Moses didn't claim to be the son of God.
True.
But
I mean, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I don't have any problem with it. I just wanted to talk with you about the simple fact, if that can't be enough. Does it has to be in any connection to God, or isn't it enough for you, basically, because you claim we are made in the image of God? So basically, an Inuit on I don't know, the South Pole or North Pole, I don't know. It's embarrassing, but he can live in a cave, basically, have an idea, write a book, we find it, and it's amazing without him ever knowing about God or anything like that. And let's say it's so amazing that people start following it and make it their ideal.
Well, there's a whole nation of people that followed a guy that wrote a book called Mein Kampf. Millions of people followed that guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, he's a human being just like us. Look, if you would have got parachuted into.
But you make it sound that if that's the way death goes, if not, if it's not coming from God, that it's getting corrupted.
No, here's what I'm saying. If it's not coming from a transcendent principle that supersedes human beings, then it's just somebody else's opinion. And if it's just somebody else's opinion, then it's going to be impossible to get people to march in the same direction without some sort of use of force. That's why in the 20th century, the communists killed a bunch of people, the Nazis killed a bunch of people. Because they couldn't get...
Because it wasn't good enough.
You can't convince a whole nation of people to march in the same direction when you're just a man. It's impossible. So then what you have to do is you have
Isn't
to.
it sad in some kind and tragic? I really, dude. I wish it would be enough. I think that would make things easier.
Well, I think it'd be easier if everybody followed Jesus. Everybody would love their neighbor. They'd they'd love their neighbor. They'd turn the other cheek. They'd give to the needy.
The thing is,
We wouldn't be turning around little Mexican kids at the border.
yeah, true. But
We'd
the
be
thing
treating
is,
women with respect and honor.
Yeah, but even the Word of God and even the Bible was getting so much corrupted in the Dark Ages and so forth. Even now, how are they called? Televangelists in the U.S.
Yeah, Peter, but the fact that you say it's the teachings have been corrupted means that there's a pure standard.
That's true, yeah.
So if I
Just
say this
thinking
is,
about that, it can happen with anything, basically.
I agree with you,
It
but
doesn't matter if it's coming from God, let's say, or just a human being. Things get corrupted pretty easily for a power play.
well, sure. But if I say to you, Peter, this is a counterfeit $100 bill, doesn't that imply that somewhere around here there's a real $100 bill?
Yeah, but we don't know what's the real one, do we?
Yeah.
There are a lot of it.
No. No, Jesus' message has been pretty consistent for about 2,000 years.
Yeah, and Buddhism is even older, isn't it? Or some Indian traditions or whatsoever. We can choose, basically.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying that Jesus' way is the best. Because I'm a Christian. So,
Well, yeah.
so
I
obviously...
expect that from, and nothing less. That's a good thing. I mean, you're standing for it, and that's fair. I was just wondering if it isn't enough. If it's a really good idea. I mean, basically, and I think you believe that humans are capable of creating something divine of some sense with art, literature, music.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. We're capable of amazing. We can go to the moon, even though Sori doesn't believe that we went to the moon.
Yeah, please talk with her. So the thing is, if humans are capable of that, why can't they put out a divine message that is true in itself after contemplating about 25 years in meditation about it?
And the reason is because even though we're capable of beauty, we're also capable of ugliness. So, like, for example, this
dualism, the one doesn't exclude the other. It needs its the counterpart. I think.
No, we don't. We never needed a Hitler in the world. We never needed a Holocaust. We never needed that.
How do you know that?
What do you mean? How do I know that? Because
I mean, even in the personal life, yeah, in a one single personal life, some people need tragedy and suffering. I mean, listen to Jordan Peterson about that. To get to the next stage, to get humble or develop some wisdom, to get to a breaking point and grow from that on. It's what they need to evolve or perish.
I agree that God many times uses suffering to grow us and things of that nature.
Yeah, but maybe humankind needed that. Maybe they needed 2 nukes on Japan and the Holocaust to finally wake up and say, okay, we did that. Now we know we are capable of it. And don't forget, it happened to a time where media was already around. So we have movies and films about it. We will never forget that. It's not only written down in some textbooks. It's for all of us there to see. For eternity, basically. So maybe it really was necessary.
No, that's a good point. I agree. That's a good point. I will give you that for sure. For sure.
All right. So I'm glad we have a second toy, and I really enjoyed it. The last thing is, did you actually get the books from Hermann Hesse we talked about?
I completely forgot about it.
No problem.
But sorry, listen, honey, I need you to put on the calendar to get those books because I really want to read them.
What do you mean to get them?
We've got a book club happening. It's me, Peter, and Dirk.
Yes.
Which book, Peter, was it that you sent? There's a couple of books.
No. He did.
It was 2 books, and I sent you an email. Sorry, okay?
Oh, okay.
It's in an email. So
Okay.
if you can put that on the thing, then we're gonna be good.
Yeah, it is already in some email from me, but I can put out a second reminder. No problem.
Yes, that would be excellent.
And then we're gonna do a book club.
Because I would love to talk to you about the books. Doesn't matter if it goes online or not.
Well, it'll probably go online.
Even the better.
Okay. Much love, big guy.
Okay. Love you.
Love you, my man.
Bye.
Keep up the good work. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Gojira rules. Book clubs for men? LOL. I'm so kidding. I love books. What is XD? I don't even know. I skipped over XD.
That's my guy from Austria. That's the one that invited us over. So if we're ever in Austria, we're good to go, babe.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering. Okay, Thomas is asking, is there a way for me to request a song for you guys to listen to? Is there some kind of Patreon donation thing somewhere? Can I have one song I would pay for you guys to listen to it? Thomas, email us, vinandsori@gmail.com. There's really only 2 ways of getting your song requested. One of them is something you can do personally, and then the second personally, and the second one is join an alliance. So, yeah, email us, and I will give you the details. Earlier you said that you know that Jesus existed because history tells you so. Yeah, you asked how do we know that Jesus was even alive? Jesus is actually a historical character. I mean, obviously we believe it because the Bible tells us, but history itself tells us that he actually walked on the earth.
I was on with Aaron Ra, pretty famous atheist, who actually questions whether or not Jesus actually existed. And I said, bro, you're in the minority on this. Even Bart Ehrman disagrees with you, and he agreed with me that he was in the minority on that. I mean, there's no serious scholar, even the Jesus Seminar people who don't believe anything the Bible says, that will deny that Jesus Christ existed. So it would take more faith for me to deny his existence than to affirm it.
Von Stern, I do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man. She must remain silent. It also gives in the scriptures different references that a woman should cover her head when she prophesies or prays. So if she's supposed to remain silent, and silent there means complete radio silence, then why is she supposed to be covering her head when she's praying or prophesying? She should be completely silent. So that is a misinterpretation of that verse to believe that it means that you have to be completely silent. You want to say more about that?
Ooh, no, I think you did a good job. Jesus Christ equals Julius Caesar. You should have told that to all the Romans that were burning us at the stake.
Yeah.
And feeding us to the lions.
Yeah, really.
That would have been a hey guys. It's really code for Caesar. Stop setting us on fire.
Yeah, right.
Hello.
My Skype is all messed up. Alright, screw it. Hello, sorry for cussing.
What's up, big homie?
How you doing, man? You good?
I'm good. Who's this?
This is Uno Macabre.
What's Uno Macabre? What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm just here, man. How are you guys?
Really good. What do you want to talk about?
Well, as you saw in my message, I'm kind of an eclectic, right? I believe in all religious views, but I walked away from Christianity. I grew up Seventh-day Adventist Christian.
Okay.
Right? So, yeah, it was just like, I guess I'm a lost soul, I could say, right? I went down a different path, but as I started, practicing what I preach, reading books and whatnot, I realized that it all makes a big circle, right? All religious views come to the same message, and it's to be good, put out, good things out into the world, manifest good things, and good things will come to you,
I completely disagree with you.
Balance, right? That, I also believe in not turning the other cheek, like when it's given, at least, right? But yeah, that's what I believe in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I completely disagree with you. I don't think all religions are teaching essentially the same thing. And you should turn the other cheek.
Yeah, when it's given though, when it's given, I don't always turn the other cheek. Like most of the time, I do, but when things are taken too far, you know what I mean. I believe that I gotta kind of play karma myself.
That's not the way, man. Jesus said, "Turn the other cheek." You're supposed to lay down your life for your enemies.
I understand, but you know, sometimes I just don't. You know, I guess I give into my sinful ways. I guess I believe it's better to be an open sinner than a false saint, right? But
I agree with that. I love that. That's a good line. You hear that, Sori? He said it's better to be an open sinner than a false saint.
That's true.
I'm with the big homie.
Right? Like, don't get me wrong. I even though I walked away from Christianity, like I said, right? I still believe, like, there's in the organized religion sense, right? I still believe in God, and I would follow God, but I also believe in, you know, finding yourself, and to find yourself is to find the darkest parts of yourself, right? Facing your fears. And I was afraid of those things because I grew up in Christianity, you know. I was afraid of the devil and so what and whatnot. But I also know that we also have the essence of God within us, right? Because God also said when he made Adam and Eve in our image or whatever, when he made Adam, he breathed, or he gave him a breath of life or whatever, right? Spark of life, he gave him his essence, right? So we all have the essence of God within us. We all have that spirit within us, right? So when I started looking into all these things and just, it's not even looking into it. I didn't even start reading. This is just like as I felt it within me. You know what I mean? I didn't even listen to going to the church and stuff like that. I'd go to the church, but I wouldn't listen to it, right? But I just picked up on little things, and I just always felt like this essence inside me, like a strive. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to strive toward going this way, right? Had questions that didn't have answers. You know what I mean? Like, why were the pyramids made? How were they made? It doesn't tell me this. It doesn't tell me that. It tells me don't read occult books. Don't read demonology. Don't read this. Don't read that. Be afraid of the devil. But it says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. So if I have the God of essence within me and I'm praised by God and everything, well, not praised by God, but you know what I mean? Like, I have the God within me, I can walk down and hell slap, you know what I mean, the devil in his face and be like, what's up? You can't do nothing, right? So it's like, I couldn't be afraid of these things, right? So I started reading about all these things, and yeah, that's how I found out that even in Satanism, like you said, there's different sects of Satanism. Yes, there are people who do, you know what I mean, devil worship and sacrificing people and goats and animals, and there's certain sects that believe completely against that, right? I believe completely against that.
Do you have a specific topic you wanted to talk about?
Actually, yeah. You said that you don't believe that God made atheists. I believe that God made everybody. I believe that even though I walked away from Christianity and went to Satanism and witchcraft and all that stuff and learned about all these other Buddhists and all these things, I think that God gave me that path to learn about these things.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. What I meant was that God didn't turn anybody into an atheist. So he created the person, and that person, contracted a belief system. You're an interesting guy, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, sorry about that. I told you I didn't have much to talk about.
Oh, no, it was cool. It was a good conversation.
All right, have a good one, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Have a good one, boss. There's no salvation outside the Catholic Church. That's not true. Salvation is in Jesus only, not the Catholic
that's
Church.
What they used to say.
Oh, okay. Ex ecclesiam nulla salus, I think is the Latin term. Okay. Thank you guys for calling in. Everybody that called in, that was great.
People want to know why we're not wearing crosses.
There
are kids screaming. We live in an apartment complex.
I have my thingy right there. Sometimes I wear it, sometimes I don't. Mike wants to know if it's okay for him to use mace or flail in his Sori Secrets pick. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know
Go
what that is,
full
but
mace.
go-
You know, like the thing with the ball with the spikes on it.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Go all
Make
out,
that
my
picture
man.
Look cool. That's cute that he wanted to know first. Hey, it's your shirt. You can do what you want.
Yeah, you can call up next time. For sure. Guys, I think we're going to land the plane. You guys have been awesome hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. If you're a praying person, please pray for my friend White Power. Mm-hmm. And I hope he emails us. Mm-hmm. So cool. Beg to differ. Cool, man.
That's the one I was going to say too.
No. Why did he put a K in there?
I don't know. Casey was asking, like, they were like, how can I donate to your golden plate?
People are so funny.
I know.
Huh? Golden plate.
This person keeps donating.
Gone Away is actually coming up pretty soon, though, for a 5-finger death punch.
Oh, really?
Thank you, Mikhail.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Noah's Ark. Absolutely. I take that literally. For sure.
Where would you put the YouTube play button once you hit 100,000 subs?
That's a very good point. I don't know.
Vin's all excited about it. I really don't care about the play button. Maybe I'll care about it when it comes. Like, there's other things that are way more exciting to me than that.
Yeah, it's true. You guys think we'll ever hit 100,000 subs?
Tell your friends.
The Egyptian Book of the Dead. A little bit. Small.
Shway.
Shway it. Did the kangaroos hop across the ocean? Vin is a white supremacist.
You are?
For sure.
Well, the chat's going fast.
Oh, well, cool. Matthew Winter.
Jeez. He just sent, wasn't he the one that just sent the picture of his kid? Matthew, can we show that picture or is that not supposed to be shown? Was that Matthew? Wait a minute. Now I'm getting confused. Who are you? Yeah, that was.
To my Serbian friend, I got your email. I will watch it. I think it's important to know what happened to you guys as well, for sure.
I got the picture right here, Matthew. Is it okay to show it? It's him and his son. And look, we're in the background on the monitor.
You'll hit 100K if you listen to Zeal and Ardor.
He didn't message, right?
Alex, the Antichrist doesn't frighten me anymore, but when I was a kid, I was much more scared of the Antichrist than I was of the devil. Thank you so much, Yanni. Skull!
This is Matthew and his son.
Skull from a secular Swede. I feel like
Sending
Sweden.
love. What?
I feel like Sweden is probably my favorite country.
Yeah?
We get so many people from Sweden.
Did you get this person? Wait.
Yeah, he just secular Swede.
Okay, because I was just trying to get this. These things never really work good, so nobody can really see.
The best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with an average voter. I do think that there should be some sort of test or something before you can get to vote. God almighty.
Really?
I do think so.
What should the test determine? Whether you're thinking for yourself?
No. Whether you have a rudimentary understanding of how the system works. Here's Alec again. Does the U.S. government have an obligation to militarily intervene in foreign countries when they believe a human rights violation has occurred?
That's because you're elevating somebody's intellect over what their spirit, God may tell their spirit.
That's
What?
the vast majority of people voting are not even.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, okay, so then people should be able to drive without licenses then because you're elevating their intellect over their spirit.
No.
What's the difference?
Because we're choosing our leader. How in the Bible do you choose your leader?
You don't think that...
How is the leader supposed to be chosen?
Well,
You're
Allah
supposed to pray.
No. What? What are you talking about?
I thought it was the praying and fasting.
No, what? For the church, not for the government. In the Old Testament, God chose who the leader was.
Yeah. So if he's choosing now, shouldn't we be asking him what his opinion is?
Well, sure, but...
Okay, so how do you ask God what his opinion is? By your intellect?
Okay, so then we should 4-year-olds vote then.
No.
Why?
Age of accountability.
Can't they pray? Get out of here. That's why you think we didn't go to the moon.
No!
There should be a type 22 if you feel there should be a little test to see if people should be able to vote. Vin, are you a cyborg from the future? We need answers.
Yeah, voting is a privilege. Driving is driving is a privilege. Voting is a right.
That's a good argument. I need somebody from the True Cult. See, exactly. Everybody agrees with me. I need somebody from the True Cult Alliance to tell me the name of the song that we need to review for you guys.
What was it? Somebody put 3311. What?
See, Dirk is with me.
Yeah, they want to know if you can vote. Can you even vote? Can you?
Vin is Iron Man. That's right.
Well, it's time for more food for Sori.
As long as they're citizens. The problem is who's going to create the questions.
Really.
That's actually a very good point.
Thank you.
That's actually a pretty good point.
Yeah.
See, that's why we need these discussions.
Mm-hmm. You have to be able to talk.
So I prevail scars. Babe, I need you to write that down. That was the True Cult thingamajiggy. Also, I need somebody from the True Cult Alliance to email me the finals on the points. Chris Culp already sent me. By the way, is the other alliance, is it called Sin and Glory? Because I love that alliance.
Yeah, Sin and Glory 1.
That is awesome. That's such an awesome name.
Prevail.
I prevail dash scars. Question 2, does Vin have legs?
No, but I'm very nice when I push him around in his chair.
That's right. Do we have the right? Do we have the moral obligation to intervene?
Somebody said your legs are white.
World War II. I feel like we should have jumped into World War II sooner. But the Europeans were trying to take care of their own business before we jumped in. So when I see something happening in Syria, and there are surrounding countries there that I feel have the most direct obligation to go and intervene. So I haven't fully developed my foreign policy ideology yet, but right now the sloppy version is, if the surrounding nations are trying to correct the problem themselves and they're overpowered, i.e. Europe and World War II, then I feel we have a moral obligation to tip the scales toward justice. If I don't believe we're supposed to be the world police, and so my stance would be that we put pressure on the surrounding nations, whether it's a Middle Eastern nation, an Eastern Bloc nation, a European nation, to handle that themselves. This is happening in your neck of the woods. Handle your own business. And if they can't do it, then fine. But if they're not even attempting to do it, I have a hard time sending Americans in there to handle that, because then we become the world police. So that's my answer. Vin was born at a very young age. That's funny. No, don't blame the CIA. The CIA is an amazing organization.
No, Vin's taller than me. That would be sad for me if you were shorter than me.
Let Vin sleep. No, I'm alright. The world needs a world police. The Dark Knight. We do have a moral obligation to intervene against moral injustice and prevent it from occurring in the first place.
They're pretzels with peanut butter in them.
The CIA is an amazing organization. Supplanting dictators for political leverage is amazing. Well, what does political leverage mean?
Bye,
Because
Saul.
the term political leverage carries a lot of implications. Right? Ooh, 50 euros. Get a comfy chair for Shuri. If you need a clown, then you need Avatar. Thank you so much,
you.
713B. Has this returned into a reacting to political chat? At Vin and Sori, we talk about everything.
Everything.
We talk about religion, music, making fun of Vin, what skull means, everything. Hey, little Fey Witch, how you doing? I only see you on Instagram. How do you join the village? Facebook.com/Vin and Sori. We'll get you into the village.
Blind Guardian, Valhalla. You know, we were about to do that song, but we had already done the other Valhalla song like 2 days before.
Yeah, we did the
So
Valhalla.
we were like, how much different can the lyrics
We downloaded the thing. We were ready to do it, and I'm like, I don't know, we can't do a Valhalla. We just did Judas Priest Valhalla.
No, I think you can donate in any kind of currency.
I love you guys because you do honest reactions, no faking or loving all the songs that you listen to. Thank you. That's very important to us. What do you think sleep paralysis from a Christian perspective? I have no freaking clue, man. I don't have any biblical correlations for it at all, so I don't know. More
It feels
Judas
like
Priest.
a demon is sitting on your chest.
Cool. CIA's installation of Ba'ath Party in Iraq to protect oil interests against Iran in the 1980s. Political leverage. Okay. So take the Ba'ath Party out of Iraq in the 1980s, and what do you have? What happened when we took the Ba'ath Party out of power about 10 years ago? And the Middle East is a very, very complex place, and there are... the term is a theater of interest. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, I mean, I think folks in the CIA have a very, 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 have very difficult jobs and decisions to make. So.
Andrew Michael asked if the Matrix is real. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if the Truman Show is. Wait.
Kyle Lane.
Scars by April is a song very dear to my heart because of my life story, and the
True Cult.
Was kind enough to hear me out and support my request.
That's another freaking thing that happened.
Yep. You know, I don't know what this Kyle person looks like if his picture was actually bigger. What, doesn't he kind of look like the Viking guy?
Everybody looks like the Viking guy to you.
No. Only
Starting to wonder.
Only the Viking guy looks like Ragnar Lothbrok. Whatever you say it. This guy looks like the Viking guy.
What are you doing, Helga?
Yes, you did it! Doesn't he sound like Floki? He did that last night. It was kind of creepy because I felt like Floki was in the room with me and the light was off.
Take the Ba'ath Party out? Okay, take 800 plus 1,000 Iraqi lives, tens of thousands of American lives, and a few $1 trillion. What are you talking about, Alec?
Honey, I really want to get that Starbucks drink. The tea. Vin does not look like a Viking guy. He's black.
I completely disagree with you. I don't think you understood my question, Alec. Don't say anything about Floki, because I don't want any spoilers.
You shared Kyle's political rant.
Did I?
He said we did.
Oh, yes, we did, because I want somebody to debate you.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
We actually did. We filmed a debate last night between two villagers. I think they're in the same alliance. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. What I asked you was, what would have happened if we didn't install the Ba'ath Party in the 80s in Iraq? Who would have filled that vacuum?
Vin can be a Viking if he wants to, Sori. You're a racist.
That's that's you tell him.
I was trying to picture you with that hair. You actually could. You just have to.
Thor is not happy with y'all. Thor is not happy with y'all.
Floki impression was great, Vin. I told you it was good.
Rammstein.
Floki makes a boat. Sorry about the spoiler.
Floki's my dude now, man. When he went, I love him. What are you doing, Helga?
So weird.
I think this is the wrong demo for politics. LOL. Arab nationalism of another kind would have replaced Baathism.
If I will get 100 subscribers in 10 minutes, I will donate $1,000.
There's 246 people here, so go for it, my man. I mean, we're still a relatively obscure small channel, but I mean, if we can help people, like,
Send us a link to your channel.
yeah, send us a link to your channel.
We'll announce it. Maybe
We'll
we can
announce
get
it
it
in
in
the.
10
I mean, he doesn't. You don't have to donate any money for that.
You're stepping over the patron's feet because that's what they're doing. That's their tier.
Yes, and what was Qasem gonna do with Iran?
Casey, what do you need help with? Casey, what do you need help with?
Box top, what are you talking about? Casey Atkins, help me. Oh my God, help me. What does he need help for?
Satan. What about Satan? Okay. Sure.
Put Floki makeup on, Vin, for the next stream. What are you talking about, Jeffy?
Vin is Floki and Sori is Lagatha.
I named that song, I'm not going to tell you the title of that song. Okay, people are asking for help. What help? What do you need help in?
Maybe they're just trolling. Help! Help! Help!
I agree with Alex on that point for sure. I'm not saying that Sori is not Aslog at all.
I don't even know who that is.
That's the tall, skinny lady that I didn't like, and I was like, I should get rid of her.
Yeah, I don't like her either. Have you ever been to a sauna? Yes, I hated it.
Black Floki? Blokey. I'll be Blokey.
He doesn't have the Floki personality. You're more like Ragnar.
Ragnar?
Ragnar.
Yeah, I'm a lot more like Ragnar for
Definitely.
sure.
Not even close to Floki. It's just fun when you do Floki.
Vin, if Satan loves to sin, why would he punish all the sinners in hell instead of having an eternal party? Seems like the coke and hookers would be there. Educate, please. The Bible doesn't say that Satan punishes anybody in hell. As a matter of fact, in Revelation 20, he's thrown into hell. He's not the ruler of hell. So, I think the logic of your question is very tight. The problem is that the Bible nowhere says that Satan rules hell. That's a medieval idea.
Yeah. Rollo said that you would be you would be terrible at him because you're not a he's a betrayer and he won't stand you would never do that.
You're giving away. I mean, what if people haven't started watching the show?
Sir Luke Galington.
Very, very soon.
I mean, he betrayed right at the very beginning of the show.
You skipped the Four Horsemen, really? They're never gonna forgive me. You should watch Lucifer the show. Yikes.
What's with the pink? What pink?
Sure, Osi.
It's like, this is not a joke for sure.
For sure.
Okay, email us, vinandsori@gmail.com.
Well, I mean, why is getting 100 subscribers so important to you?
Yeah, and what is even your channel about? How can we even tell people about it?
How hot is it in hell? I don't know.
Sorry, don't swallow moon landing conspiracies. Vin evolution is...
Demonstrable. Enjoy the channel. Dutramonte, Miles Kennedy, Alter Bridge. Well, thank you, Skeptical Christian, for coming down from Mount Olympus and making all these de fide decrees.
Yep, we
Thank you.
appreciate you.
We appreciate you, sir. Oh, Help is a Beatles song. Okay. We really, really need to do animals as leaders. We really do. We also need to find a debate partner for Kyle, because I'm very similar to Vin in some ways, and my girlfriend is similar to Sori. Well, it's fruits at least. Thank you so much, Priority. I appreciate you.
That's cool.
Sori,
Thank
do you have a sister who is single?
I have a sister.
We should screenshot that.
Yeah. But she's not single. She's blonde, though.
What is the topic for Kyle's debate? Cannon fodder.
Why would being a Christian better my life? We never said it would.
That was pretty good, babe. Might make your life a lot more difficult.
It'll better your death, though.
Oh, wow. That's a Vin answer, huh? All right, good.
I had it all in my head, but I just wasn't saying it. And then I'm like, just say it.
Incubus succubus. Corpse paint better happen.
Waiting for that donation.
We don't need a donation.
No, for them to send it to us.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna open up a
That's
package
smart
one day
on
and it's gonna be.
that's smart on your part, because you know that if somebody like goes through the trouble of sending us corpse paint, I'm gonna be more inclined to do it.
You will definitely do it. Okay, I'm done eating. LOL. What did you come? Just do kiss makeup. It's gonna whatever kind of makeup. Just send some of it and we'll put it on. Look, Jay, come on. Check your email next week. So much chat. By the way, check your email next week.
I didn't like coming undone. I never liked that song.
Being a Christian won't better my life.
Coming undone something.
No, it might make it more complicated.
And difficult. All your friends will turn against you. People will make fun of you.
Punk, if you could send me some of that.
They'll be mean to you in the comment stream. Christians are like the only people in the Western world now that you can openly hate and wish death upon and mock.
All right, guys. We love you. And we'll see you next time. Somebody needs to pour water on the fire so our huts don't get burned down in the middle of the night.
Oh my gosh. You're
What?
such a cornball. Also,
It's true. And there we go.
yeah, and it almost on schedule. It's 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like, all right, how do I release that song, babe?
All right, let's just say goodbye and then we'll release it.
Okay.
All right.
What we need to do is lower the resolution. Dang, where is it? There it is.
See, Lynn White, I lost my friends when I became born again. That can happen.
That's what happens. Hey guys, we just released the 7 o'clock. So,
You want to see some Meshuggah? Cyanide Christ?
New Millennium Cyanide Christ.
Yep. Go check it out. All right. Good night. We love you. Good day. Say goodbye, Vin.
Goodbye. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone. I did that backwards. All right. New
Okay, how do I
Millennium
just
Cyanide Christ.
force quit everything?
No, yeah, I mean, you can Jeremy Gregory, $1. Thank you, my
you.
man.